Hello, very good morning, everybody in London, everybody in New York, everybody in Africa, all the African museums and curators. This is Nifty One Asia, Rajat Bala Subramaniam Chaudhary in Kolkata, East India, Kolkata city, standing in front of our studio and just had a talk with our security officer. It is raining and the rainy season has started. We are a little bit happy and we are working in hot weather, so we need some rainfall and we need some regular rainfall. So I'm just talking with my security officer who is telling me to wait outside. It's raining. He's telling me to enjoy the rain. And I'm talking today about our next project's schedule lined up for the sound engineering department to discuss with our sound engineer, the Pablo Neruda Bengali and English poetry. Bengali poetry is a translation of Spanish language poetry of Pablo Neruda, and that's a beautiful translation by Shakti Chattopadhyay, and I give all my thanks to this publication, the best Bengali language book publication company in Kolkata. And this publication website is always open in my office. And when I am searching from different poetry books of different time, 1935, 1945, when I'm visiting a library, the purpose of visiting a library to give a time frame, 1935 to 1965 or 1985. So Pablo Neruda is a very prominent project, and I am reading the poetry lines, and it's very interesting when a poetry is written in 1945, 1955, and you were not present at that time, you were not born at that time, but in 2025 you are searching for poetry written in 1945, 1955. Then sound engineering stream getting a new dimension. When you are working in sound engineering studio, you have to create new variation of sound. Poetry coming from different era, different time, 1945, 1955, 1965, written by various poets, no idea about the existence. But when you are reading 10 poetry, 15 poetry, then you are getting a broad idea about the society, about the economy. When you are writing 50 poetry, there is banking, there is selling, there is printing, there is calligraphy, there is book publishing house. Then you understand what is 1955. You understand what is 1945. How was the society? How was the demand of different literature and poetry? So that is sound engineering, and it is a very hard job to portray, to sell your past work. When you are a student of ancient literature, when you are a student of history of literature, then you understand when you are studying the literature of 15th century of Europe, what is language? The first chapter is what is language, phonetics, how language came in Europe, how the structure of development of language, how Europe formed, and that is connected with Greek drama, Pythagoras, Homer, Iliad, Odyssey. This was a chapter, this was a subject of our study in Allamala University in Tamil Nadu. So when you were studying 15th century, 16th century literature, the source of literature, the early stage of literature, then you are thinking about the preservation of literature is connected with museums. Museums means huge museums. Then you are coming to understand what is the value of museums, what is stored in museum. Today in 2025, when we are working on the past work of 1945, 1955, then it is our job to think in 2025, when you are producing sound engineering work, how you will sell, how the money will come back. When you are putting so much of money, 6 lakhs is the budget of this Purnendu Putri, 370 poetry for 1 year, I have to pay this studio 6 lakhs agreement given, that is HDFC Bank, Punjab National Bank, and Bank of Baroda. This is how the money will come back. Their entertaining purpose will be huge and high, but when in the narrative style, when in the presentation of the story, presentation of the poetry, we are talking about 1951, 1956, 1986, then market has interest. Market has huge amount of interest. Market has huge amount of uh, questions. This language is for market, internet market. Then we have to place this kind of work in market of internet. So we are discussing that how we will be entertaining European market. Rajat Bala is a student of European literature, and European literature is a very vast orientation. And when you read European literature, 15th century, 16th century, penetrating European literature and creating a meaning of life is very difficult. So when you cross Italian literature to Spanish literature, then your perspectival domain and your perspective of understanding will change. Then you have to spend a long time understanding. You cannot understand the first chapter. You cannot understand the second chapter. Oh, what I'm reading. Somehow different orientation of language, and then you get frustrated. Do I want to study this? No. We don't want to study, but you are connected with the museums, you're connected with the Italian museums, you're connected with the Greek museum, Macedonian museums, you understand the culture of museums. Very few people, very few visitors coming in museums. They have job, they have business. Why they will visit museum? Saturday, Sunday is a day when museum have visitors. So it's a hard business, a difficult career, and it is a job for us to present our work in front of international banks. When you are doing the past history of Bengali poetry of many poets, 20 poets are there with this publication, 1935, 1945, 55 times of Bengali poetry, then you can represent the culture of this country to Europe. So this is one thing. Sound engineering is a very difficult job. We are not into music production. Music means some one song, two songs coming from one film. We don't care about film industry. We don't care about film music. We have film music, but we create Western classical film music in Europe, Asia, and also in USA and Canada. Hindi film industry has no value to us. We don't care about Hindi film industry. But we are saying when we are in sound engineering, a very precious subject, When we studied physics in higher secondary time, there was a chapter sound propagation of sound. When we studied physics, the magnitude of sound, the sound waves, and the physics and the sound theory is very complicated, and the wave sine curve, cos curve, tan curve in sound, and the measurement of the sea depth. When a ship is going, how you will measure the depth of the sea from the basement of the seabed to the ship floating on the seawater, and that is application of sound technology, and sound technology used in submarine engineering and marine engineering, submarine going under the water, sound engineering, the use of sound engineering. We studied a lot at the time of our middle-schooling joint entrance examination, and we remember. So sound engineering is a very precious stream for my career, and my entire career will be related with sound engineering, poetry recording, and this is my somehow my regular life. But when we are now next project coming, Mahabharata is coming from National Library, from Asiatic Library. We have two different kinds of Mahabharata. One is Kasiram Das Mahabharata. Kasiram Das is a poetry Mahabharata, 18,900. Another kind of Mahabharata is Vaishampayan, Vedavyas Mahabharata, descriptive Mahabharata. Every part of Mahabharata is descriptive in a paragraph. That has come to us after giving a security of 2,000 to get all the books. And we are reading in the office. We are reading the structure of ancient literature drama of Mahabharata in our office. So it is some kind of very big project and needs the previous revenue to connect Kolkata banks. Then we submit a small report that we are going ahead with the Mahabharata recording. Only 2 days we will be recording for 5 hours. So what kind of music is Mahabharata? The poetry recording of Mahabharata. Mahabharata is a classical Sanskritized influenced Bengali language representation of the war drama. And when you are a student of ancient literature, when you are a student of Tamil literature, Malayalam literature, the history of Tamil literature is huge. The history of Malayalam literature is huge, but it's a very penetrating, painful subject. And when you go to the research section, the PhD section, you lose all the interest. We don't talk in Tamil and Malayalam in PhD section, PhD research scholars and all the girls. We always talk in English language. When I was in Anna University, and I used to take my food in Anna University canteen, paying 22 rupees a coupon and 22 rupees, 23 rupees coupon. And Anna University Library helped me a lot. And then I went to Anna University. So a very complicated study and very complicated structure of education, which is very complex. But now my entire work in English language. English language is the focus, global market focus. And yes, come. It's coming. My security officer coming, and I just spoke to my studio owner. He's coming. Today is raining and very beautiful weather. And today is no sunlight, and I'm very happy in today's weather. So next two projects, Pablo Neruda, Bengali English poets poetry, and Mahabharata of Kasiram Das, all the poetry in Bengali language, in old Mahabharata, that is ancient Bengali language. So we are discussing the quality of project, how we will sell it, how we will connect with the museums, how the curators will be preserving our documents, and what will be our sound engineering future with the airlines company. So I have a requirement to visit New York, but not happening. My sound engineer is stopping me not to fly to New York, stay here for 1 more year and work online with New York banks and try to get more regular payments. Try to get more regular payments from USA market, from small work, from Canada market. You try to sell. We have 3 rap songs and rap songs. 1 rap song is done, and the second rap songs we are discussing. So I will talk about my work profile in the studio later. Today we are having the recording session, waiting for the sound engineer. Have a nice day. We'll again talk.